So guys, tune into the show. Don't miss it, because it's going to be an amazing show. You are going to be touched. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be excited. It's Thursday, 11 o'clock on a Thursday. The Message Talk Show with Alex Gordon. Yes, don't miss it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's that time again with your host Alex Gordon from the Message Talk Show. Connects with you, says hi to you, and you know what? Bring a sense of, hey, it's Thursday. Hey, call your friends. Get on that phone now. Call your friends. Call your worst enemies. Call the people you don't like the most. Yes, call them up and say to them, guys, it's time to tune into the Message Talk Show and listen to your host, Alex Gordon. And while you're calling him, let me just play you a piece. Hey. Hey. Welcome you to the Message Talk Show again on Thursday, the only day in the week when you take time out. You take time out to listen to the Message Talk Show. Am I right? Am I correct? You're tuning in today. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It's one of those days when you're listening to the Message Talk Show. And despite the many happenings in our world, despite the changes that are happening around us, today we're talking about what's next. How to decide what you need now. What's next? It's a question I think that we're all asking ourselves, that we all face at some point in life. What's next? Because in the midst of everything that's happened in the last 18 months, 12 to 18 months, the one thing that you can say is that change has been imposed upon us. Yes, whether you like it or not, change has been imposed upon you. And in the midst of change, there's chaos. In the midst of change, there's crisis. In the midst of change, there is a curveball. And so any one of these three things could have happened to you in the last 12 to 8 months, more than ever. You've seen the curveballs, you've seen the crisis, and you've seen the chaos. And in the midst of it all, you have to live through it. You have to live through it. You have to survive and come out the other end. You have to keep your mental framework in place. You have to keep your focus in place. You have to find a way somehow to swim through the tides. Swim through those tides to come out the other side. And then you ask yourself, what next? But before I go any further, let me take time out to just say to those of you who've lost loved ones in the past 12 to 18 months, my condolences to you, and may you come through this time. May there be some landmarks that you never forget, some people that you never forget, some people that left you memories that you hang on to through this time. It's been a rough time. It's been a rough time across the whole world, not just the UK, not just America, not just Asia. The whole world has suffered in this time. But you know what? I said to a friend this week, and it's a friend that we speak. Well, we have a little mastermind group. There's several of us in this mastermind, but we speak every week. And I said to him, imagine if we didn't have each other. What would happen? If we didn't have each other just to keep our mental power, mental concentration in place, just to have a conversation about what's going on, about what's taking place, about what's happening. If there were other people to talk to, what would really happen to us? So can you imagine if I'm talking from the standpoint of what would happen to us, imagine not having someone to chat to, not having someone to converse with. Imagine those people who are living in the situation right now where they're on their own and there is no one. There is no one giving them a call. There is no one talking to them. There is no one, in that framework. There is no one for them. What do you do? Until you face a situation like that, you don't know. Until you face a crisis in your life, you don't know. Until you face a situation in which you think, wow, if something doesn't happen right now, I don't think I'm going to come through this. And there are some people going through this right now. The curveball is curved and they can't see a way out. They just can't see a way out right now. But you know what? You're here. I'm here. And we're here to make a difference. And I thought I'd just recap on that before, because I needed to understand that you need to appreciate life. Regardless of what the politicians are saying, regardless of what they haven't done or not done, my key is I woke up this morning, I opened my eyes, and I'm here. And because I'm here, I've got to do something. And because I'm here, I've got a contribution to make. You have a contribution to make. You have something to offer. You have something to give. So the question is, what's next? What's next for you in this path, in this road? What's next? I'm sure you're asking that question. So, did you call your friends? Did you call your friends? Did you call your friends? Did you call your enemies? Did you call them? Come on, man. Did you call them? Tell me, did you call them? Did you call them? So if you came on today because of a friend calling you, come on, just jump in the chat and just put a chat and say, hi, Alex. Hello. How you doing? I'm here because so-and-so introduced me to you. So-and-so said, come on to the show. And now, what do you do next? It's a deep question. What do you do next? Some people have lost their jobs. Some people have lost their companies. Some people have lost every penny they've earned. Some people have lost their homes. Some people have lost loved ones. This is a period of concentrated loss, massive amount of losses. And we've still got to get through. We've still got to come through the other side. We've still got to make it through the other side. So today, the Message Talk Show is here to talk to you. We talk to business owners, consultants, coaches, to help you go from unknown to unforgettable. We talk to people who are passionate about what they do, because passion brings change. Passion brings change, guys. Passion brings change. Mission-centered and passionate individuals are bringing change in this world right now. And so we started off talking about change and what change brings, and what happens during the midst of change. Chaos, the curveball, crisis happens. And if you look across the world right now, there is crisis upon crisis. When I saw the Caribbean with the ash from the volcano eruption, and in the aftermath after the volcano erupted in St. Vincent, and you see the ashes coming down like snow, and people on their rooftops using shovels to shovel off the ash, to shovel the road, to protect what they've got. Some fleeing from the area, don't know what to do. I said, man, crisis is all around us. But we've got to survive. We've got to come through this. And we can only come through this with you and you and you. We can only come through this because you're helping me, I'm helping you to come through this time. So what next? So today I want to pull 5 points, 5 key things I'm going to pull out to you today to help you decide what next, to help you make that decision. It's your decision. You have a contribution to make, so it's your decision. So I'm going to focus on 5 key things today. If you stay to the end of the show, you get the 5 composite things I'll be talking about. So guys, let me first let's bring in the sponsor.
You are listening to the Message Talk Show and Podcast. Do you believe you have something to share? Do you believe you have something to contribute? Do you have a story to tell the world, to share with your community? Gandhi said, man often becomes what he believes himself to be. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So join us on the Message Talk Show and Podcast with host Alex Gordon.
So I started off by talking about crisis and chaos. In the midst of that, we've got to swim through. And in the midst of that, we've got to come through, because we have a contribution to make in this world. This world is made up of millions and millions of people's individual contributions. And even when we create major companies like Amazon, billion-dollar companies, they are still held together by contributions of individuals, small individuals contributing to their company, buying their stuff, some selling their stuff. So all our contributions interact to create the world in which we live. So how do we decide what next? How do we come through this? How do we make that happen? There are 5 things I want to just flow with you today. Number 1. Here is it. Number 1. Get your pen up. Get your pen and paper out now. Get your pen and paper out now, guys. No, ain't no joke. Get your pen and paper out. Put this down. What is your major desire? What do you desire to happen in your life? I know we're going through crisis. I know we're going through some things. I know you want to go. You're going through. But when we look up at the other end, what is it? What would you like to happen? What would you like to happen? What would you like to create? What would you like to do? What would you like to be? What would you like to become? What is it? That's number 1. I can't answer that for you. That's something you're going to have to just look deep inside yourself, because this is an introspective period. Yes, because when you come through a crisis, when you come through chaos, and when you come through everything that you face, the only thing that's going to hold you is what you've focused your mind on, and what others help you to focus your mind on. So we got to help you focus today. So the focus is, what is it that you really desire for your life? Your life. Think about it. Your life. And we're being a bit selfish today. I want you to focus on you, because I want you to bring you through the crisis, bring you through the chaos, brings you through everything that we're going through. What is it that you desire to happen? That's number one. Now, if you can answer it now, don't worry about it. If you can't answer it now, don't worry about it. There's tomorrow, there's the next day. But just put it down on the sheet of paper. What is it that you desire to happen in your life, in your personal life, in your business, in your family, in your finance, and in your community? What do you want to happen? That's number one. Number two is in everything we do, there are the realities that we face, and people sometimes can't get over the reality, and the reality forms the objections that we face in life. And the reality is, but Alex, I have not got this, I have not got that, but Alex, I haven't got this to do this. But Alex, I haven't got enough time to do this. But Alex, I haven't got money. But Alex, we always find objections about everything that we face. And so the realities sometimes come upon us in such a big way that we feel like we can't move. But what if we put those objections away right now and put those realities away? Because the one thing that you have right now that no one can take from you is your imagination. The one thing you have that no one can take from you is your imagination. So let's just put the objections aside. Let's just put the things that we haven't got and the limitations aside and think. And think. If all those objections are away, if all the money issues are away, if all the time issues are away, what can I do? What do I desire? What do I want? I know the reason why I asked this question today, because in the last few months, I've been watching the Undercover Billionaire coming up from America. And it shows, well, it was my son who drove me to watch it, really. He's a fan of one of the guys on the show. And these were guys who've created success in their lives. They've built major companies and become very successful. And so they were moved to a town with nothing. They had $100. Yeah, they were left with $100, and they had $100 to spend. And I think they had an old truck or a vehicle that they had, but they had to go into this town and create $1 million company in 90 days. And it's amazing what people can do when your back is against the wall. Because the only thing you have is your imagination, and that imagination is powerful. And sometimes we don't give it enough leverage in our lives to think that I can use my imagination to get me through this situation. And if you watch Undercover Billionaire, you will see it. Go to Undercover Billionaire on YouTube, episode from season 2, from 1 to 14. Just watch some of it, and watch what the guys do. They go into a town. They start talking to people. You know, somehow they gravitate to people. They gravitate to someone. They have a conversation. That conversation leads to another conversation. That conversation. And the one thing that these entrepreneurs all have in common is that they know what they've come to do. And because they know what they've come to do, it means they're having conversations that are pertinent to where they want to go, pertinent to where their destination is. And it doesn't matter what happens or what they're going through, their focus is, I've got to do something in 90 days. I've got to find an opportunity. I've got to create an opportunity, and I've got to do this in 90 days. And this is powerful when you see what they're able to do. They've had conversations. And the crazy thing about it, when you have conversations with people, when you talk to people and you tell them what you're about and where you want to go, people are willing to help. It's crazy. But you got to put yourself out there to get the help. You got to put yourself. So let's put the objections away, guys. I don't want to hear the objections. You can write down the objections on a piece of paper right now. Number 2, write down all the objections you can think of. I haven't got enough money. I haven't got no time. I haven't got anywhere to live. Just write down the objections. I can't think of what to do. I want you to write down the objections and take take the same pen you've written the objections down with, and then put a line through all those objections. Because with your imagination, there is no objection. Your imagination will take you as far as you fuel that imagination. Okay, some of you say, well, it's great for the undercover billionaires to go and do that. But there are people doing it right now in our own communities. Ordinary people making life happen. So that's number 2. Number 3, get excited. Get excited about what you want. Get excited about your life. Get excited. Show some excited. Excitement attracts people to you. Excitement attracts people to you. Excitement does not push people away. It brings people to you, because people want to know, what are you on? I want some of that. Whatever you're on, I want some of that. So get excited. Show the excitement. Show the smile on your face. Because in the middle of you talking about the idea, in the middle of you talking about the desire, people are thinking, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, let me throw up a question now. Let me throw a question from the public right now. Let me throw up a question that's come to light right now. And it says, what if I'm finding it difficult to create a plan? Now, guys, I didn't tell you to create a plan initially. No, I don't want you to sit down there and start and create a plan, because some people, you know, the left brain, the right brain people, left brain, right brain, left brain, creative people versus logical people. Logical people want to sit down and structure it straight away. No, I don't just structure it straight away. I want you to flow with your imagination. I want you to flow with your imagination. When you flow with your imagination and you allow the creative genius inside of you to start thinking, that will help you to eventually put the plan together. So don't try and put the plan together right now. Don't try and coordinate it. All I want you to do is write on that sheet of paper, what is it you desire? What is it you desire? Write down the objections and cross through the objections, because we're tapping the imagination now. I know you face those realities, but we are using our imagination for where we want to go. All right. So we did desire, we did the realities, the objections. We talked about excitement. Number 4, I want you now to understand that in order for you to go where you want to go, you've got to change your own attitude. So if you have an attitude of negativity, then you need to change it. If you have an attitude of just looking at the objections all the time, then you need to change it. One of the things that was highlighted in the Undercover Billionaire wasn't the fact that these guys had mega attitudes or egos so big that they could make it. No, they pushed through the frustration, but they were still smiling. They were still pushing. There were times when they were crying their eyes out. It felt like they couldn't do it. They sat down and cried their eyes out. Every one of those persons who participated in the Undercover Billionaire in season 2 sat and cried. You need to go and watch it. They cried their eyes out. Why did they cry? Because the human side sets in. They feel like they can't make it, but they didn't give up. They didn't give up. They kept talking to people. They kept sharing the vision. They kept sharing the dream about what they're looking for, the desires in their heart. They kept sharing it. And as they kept sharing it, people started to listen. Now, the crazy thing about it, some people will listen to you and think, this is not real. Some people will listen to you and think, not a bad idea. Some people can think, yep, I'm sold. I'm sold on this. This guy's bringing change. This woman is bringing change. This woman is bringing excitement. I love the excitement. I'm attracted to the excitement. And because I'm attracted to the excitement, I want some of this. So you have to change your attitude. All right? Okay, so let's throw in the next question. Where can I learn more? Where can I learn more? Guys, you know in life when you face situations and you have to push through and you have to wade through, and then something pops into your path. Something pops into your path, and you think, wow, I could do with some of that right now. So hey, here's what I'm going to say to you. If you go to www.masteryourmessage.co.uk and just get access to the presentation blueprint, just put in your name and details for the presentation blueprint, I will connect with you. Why? www.masteryourmessage.co.uk and get access to put your name and details in for the presentation blueprint. That's my gift to you today. I'm going to give you the presentation blueprint. Why? Because my 5th point today, it's about your message. The one thing that the guys on the Undercover Billionaire were very good at, they were very clear about their messaging. They were able to put their message out. They were able to share their message out with everyone they came into contact. And the crazy thing about it, when they came into contact with people who had great doubt about what they were saying, but people became convinced because they didn't stop speaking. They didn't stop speaking. People changed their mindset about them because they didn't stop speaking. They were persistent about what they wanted to do. And it's all in the messaging. It's all in the message. You have to be clear about what you want. You have to be clear about how you communicate that to individuals, to the people. You have to be clear about how you do that. Now, you have to be clear. Yes, you have to be clear. I just thought I'd play that, right? I just thought I'd play that. Yes, you have to be clear. You have to be clear about what you want. You have to be clear about where you're going. You have to be clear about your desires so people can understand how they can help you. People want to help you. They understand they want to help you. So you have to be clear about that. So what did I start with today? I said that people are going through some troubled times, and in the midst of it, change brings chaos, change brings crisis, change brings a curveball. And in the middle of the curveball, you got to find out what you want. Hey, I've got someone tuning into the shows here. I've got Yasir Opsan. Yasir, hello, how you doing, sir? Glad to have you on the show. And I'm just encouraging people today to map out where they want to go, to decide what next, because that's important. That's really important about what's next in your arsenal. What's next about you? What's next in where you want to go, where you want to get to? What's next? You can't avoid it, guys. It's one of those things you cannot avoid. What's next? How do you decide in what you need now? What's next? And the only way you decide is to go through my 5 steps. Number 1, what do you desire? What do you desire? Write it down. What do you desire? What do you want? What do you see? Number 2, the realities, the objections. Write them down. Write them down and then cross them out. Because I'm tapping your imagination now. Your imagination has no limits to it. Your imagination has no limits to it. And you will only be as good as your imagination. And which is why I talked about the Undercover Billionaire Season 2, 1-14. Go and watch it on YouTube. Everyone's got access to YouTube. Season 2, 1-14. And you will see guys go to towns with $100 in their pocket. Now, you're saying you might not have $100 in your pocket, but you know people. You know people. All right. Number 3 was get excited about what you want to do. Show some excitement. It was the excitement that allowed guys on the Undercover Billionaire to attract people towards them. It was their excitement. Now, oh my. Hello. Yasir said, yep. Sometimes you don't even know what happened to them, what really made them sad or hope. No, you don't know. You don't know. And that's true. You don't know what makes people sad or what's happened to them. You don't know. You don't know, you know? And that's why I'm saying when you want to, where you want to go, you got to sit down and just find some time to talk to yourself. Talk to someone. And I said that earlier in the show when I had contact with a friend of mine and we were talking, and I raised the question, if we didn't have each other to talk to, what would happen? And there are some people right now who haven't got another person to talk to. But you know, when fear sets in, you're also frightened of talking to even people that you don't know. Find someone just to share with. Find someone just to connect with, build a friendship with. Find someone just to connect to. I know you've lost loved ones this year. I know you've lost a lot. You have lost, and we're still losing, and we don't know what's next. But I want to help you get to the other side. All right? So we talked about your desire. We talked about your imagination. I believe the truthful faith in God may really help, and that's true. That's true. Your belief system is going to help you. Your belief system is going to help you. Your belief, as long as you have a belief in your belief system, or believe in something, believe in God. You may be God, you may be something else. You have a belief in God, then hey, it's going to help you. You have to believe. There are some people right now who can't believe because of everything that's happened to them. They've lost loved ones. They can't believe what's taken place. They can't believe what they've been through has happened in 2020, 21. They can't believe it. And so at the moment, they just can't reach out with faith. So you're going to have faith for them. You're going to have faith for them. You're going to encourage some people. Encourage them and have faith for them. You're going to have to lend them your faith to help them through this time, in this crisis, in this season. It's not an end as long as you're standing. As long as you woke up this morning, it hasn't ended. It's another beginning for you, and it can be another beginning for someone else. So I talked about desire. I talked about the realities. I talked about excitement. Get excited about what you're doing and what you want to do and who you are. Get excited. Just, you know, when you change your energy and you raise your energy levels, it affects you. It doesn't matter what kind of mood you're in. If you find a way to change your energy, raise your excitement, raise your energy, how do you do that? Some people listen to music. Yeah. Some people, it may just be listening to someone else or listen to a podcast. Some people just tune into something else that takes them away from the situation they're facing and thinking, wow, I love this song. And they dance and they sing, and suddenly they're in a different state of mind. Change your state. Find a way to change your state. So I talk about being excited all the time. It's about changing your energy levels. Change your energy levels, change your state, and raise your excitement. And while you're doing that, your attitude will change. Life always will go on. You have the choice to strike back or giving up and lost, your soul being just walking meat. Yes, sir, you do have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice to fight back. You have a choice to come back from what you're facing. You have a choice to come back from where you are. You have a choice. But sometimes you need a bit of help. You need a bit of help with the choices that you make. And someone else to help you focus. And that's what we're doing today. We're helping you focus on one, your desire, one, the realities that you face, your objections. Just remove them and tap into your imagination, change your energy levels, listen to some music, listen to something that's going to help you change your energy levels and get you excited about what you're going to do, and change your attitude. How do you change your attitude? Change your energy levels. Become excited. How do you change your attitude? Talk to some people. How do you change your attitude? Read some different books. How do you change your attitude? Get excited about what you want to do. Work on yourself. And finally, the fifth point, it's all in your message. It's all in your message. It's all in your message. Yes, it's in your message. It's in your message. It's all in your message. So my gift to you today is to go along to www.masteryourmessage.co.uk. Give me your details there and I will give you the presentation blueprint and you can start working on your message, but it's about your message. Guys, today has been a lovely day because you're here. Today has been an exciting day because you're still standing and because you believe because you believe. But some people don't believe. Some people can't believe. Some people are not believing because of what's happened to them. And here's what you've got to do. If you can lend someone your belief, if you can lend someone your joy, if you can lend someone the peace that you have in your soul, if you can lend someone something of which you have that can help cheer them up, if you can put a smile on their face, then do that. If you can listen to someone, just listen to them as they share their idea, as they share their joy, as they share their grief, as they share something that's happened to them, as they share what's gone wrong, and what do they do as they share it. You can help make a difference. You can be that person who helps them make a change in their life. And as I said, go and watch Undercover Billionaire season 2, episode 1 to 14. You're gonna cry. You'll do you'll go through all the emotions. But when you get to the end of it, you will be happy that there are some people out there who still want to help you. And that show demonstrates that there are people out there that if you reach out to them, they'll give you a helping hand. If you reach out to them, they will help you to get to where you want to go. And if you help people get what they want, you will get what you want. And that's completely demonstrated in the Undercover Billionaire. I was just glued to the season. It was my son who really got me glued in, but I was just glued to the season because I enjoyed the shows. I enjoyed what they were saying. It was just tremendous. And it made me think about my own self and about my own journey and about what I want to do and about where I am going. And because of that, that's why I'm sharing the podcast today, the show today, about what's next, how to decide what's next in your life. And it may not be conclusive right now. It may not be 100% certainty about what you want, about what's next, about even making that decision. But if you sit down and map out on a sheet of paper all the things that you're thinking of, all the things that you're talking about, if you map them out on a sheet of paper, like what I'm saying, share that with some of your closest people around you. Now, I know it's not everyone you can tell your dream, it's not everyone you can share your dream with, because some people are killers. They'll kill your idea. Some people will say to you, who do you think you are? All right. But like what Yesir said, you've got a choice. You have a choice to make a comeback from a setback. Yesir said that on the show today. You have a choice. And because you have a choice, then make that decision today to exercise your choice. And that's Alex Gordon tuning in on the Message Talk Show. Thanking you today for connecting with me and for being with me today. Hey, look out on a Thursday. I'm always here, and I'm here, and I'm here, and I'm here. Hey, my God.
You are listening to the Message Talk Show and Podcast. Do you believe you have something to share? Do you believe you have something to contribute? Do you have a story to tell the world, to share with your community? Gandhi said, man often becomes what he believes himself to be. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So join us on the Message Talk Show and Podcast with host Alex Gordon.
So the 5 points I talked about today, number 1 is your desire. What do you want? Number 2, your realities. List the objections. We all know the objections, We know the objections. We're full of objections. Number 3, change your energy levels. Yes, the excitement is all about energy. Change your energy levels. Number 4, your attitude. Change your attitude. Work on your attitude. And that's about working on yourself. I've heard some people on podcasts talk about they don't believe in personal development. And I feel sad for those guys, because if you don't work on yourself, who's going to work on you? No one. You have to work on yourself. So work on yourself. Work on yourself to affect your attitude. And number 5, It's all in the messaging. Yes, it's all in the messaging. If you're clear about your message, if you're clear about who you are, what you want to do, guys, just press the subscribe button. Press subscribe.
So guys, tune into the show. Don't miss it, because it's going to be an amazing show. You are going to be touched. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be excited. It's Thursday, 11 o'clock on a Thursday. The Message Talk Show with Alex Gordon. Yes, don't miss it. Don't miss the show. You got to be on the show. So guys, tune into the show. Don't miss it, because it's going to be an amazing show. You are going to be touched. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be excited. It's Thursday, 11 o'clock on a Thursday. The Message Talk Show with Alex Gordon. Yes, don't miss it.